Kris here. Your dad sent me about 7 or 8 minutes of footage from a recent match in March. It looks like Scotstoun, and I've had a good look at it. And there's one big thing that's sticking out, but there will be a couple of things that we can attach to that as well. First of all, I think in terms of where your game is heading, it's clear to me that you like to play in all court areas, and I've chosen this clip here to sum up potentially what could become a bit more of a norm. So have a look. So you will see great composure moving up the court, very good composure at the net, a great touch and feel on that forehand angle drop volley. So I like the fact that you can play in all court positions. Personally, I think you could spend a little bit more time maybe working in your defence, especially on that backhand side. You tend to fight defence with, I call it hard hands. It's like you really want to counter. But you're not trying to counter with precision. It's almost like you're trying to counter with power. So that, I don't think that's a major priority at the moment, but as you go forwards or as you get older, the players that you play against are going to be bringing a heavier ball against you, so it's really important that you are able to work in that defensive zone. The area that I want to bring to your attention is the forehand. So let's actually go back and look at this backhand for a second. If I do this. Yeah, I think your backhand is really classic mechanics. So have a look and see. So I talk a lot, your dad heard me talk a lot about this, about mechanics in the legs, the body and the arms. So if you have a look and see like the mechanics in the arms, just a good simple angle. I like the racket head being above the wrists in the preparation. The body preparation is great. The weight transfer onto the front foot. And if you just look at how clean everything is, very simple. Yeah, and then you're up the court. So let's have a look at the forehand. So this stuck out visually, and there's a basic principle that I use that if it's visual, it's big, as in it's obvious, because when you're playing at a higher level, which the level you will play at, to analyze you have to really slow everything down, but there was something that visually popped out straight away. Let's have a look at the serve. You have a great serve, 14 years old, great leg mechanics, great body preparation, and then you really use your legs. Look at that airtime, you're really getting out. So the serve, I think, will develop into a real weapon. But if we have a look, solid backhand. Right, let's have a look at this forehand. So bearing in mind your mechanics on your backhand, classic. Preparation, fine. I would argue whether you need to be off the back foot so much, but the big thing is here, just as you hit the ball, your left side pulls out very early for this type of ball. You see it there? And you've arced the ball okay there. And watch this one, look where the ball bounces. That ball is a mid-court ball. Can you see it? Mid-court ball there. And have a look. Now there, if I freeze framed that and showed coaches or yourself what you think you're going to do, it looks like there's an opportunity at this point here to step in. Maybe be on more of a neutral stance because the ball's not wide. And watch what happens. Pull. So the ball is not in the hitting phase yet, and your left shoulder has come right over here, and you've got this left knee coming up. And the left knee will have to come up at some point when you play, but not for this ball here. And what has happened is the path of the racket is too shallow, and the ball doesn't get enough clearance. Let's have a look at this one. Again, if I pause it here, pull. That shoulder's really opened up, and then you don't get the clearance you need, and the ball is in the net. So this it becomes a bit of what we call an idiosyncrasy. That's a big fancy word. It's like it is a common little twitch, if you like, almost like a habit that you would do without realizing. So let's have a closer look. You see, everything's opened up. So for that ball, I think you could be on your front foot, having more, let's get the shoulder mechanics. Goes from there to there. There's only a 90-degree. Backhand class. Right, here we go. So this is a good example. This ball here, that's a good load, but what you would be looking to do is go from your right foot to your left foot, so it would be called a jump forehand. I've got a YouTube clip actually, I can show you for that. But this jump forehand, this is absolute classic. You should be at least transferring the weight into the court or jumping, i.e. coming off the ground from right foot to left foot. And you stay right foot. Oh, you do a little jump, but it's like a token. You see, the ball's gone, and you've only got a 90-degree rotation, and you can see the result. Unfortunately, yeah, no net clearance. Yeah. Classic backhand. Right, so here's the irony. When the ball is really short, so it's there, watch the difference. Front foot, it's still not that 90, it's almost just past 90-degree in your rotation. But that's a better balance when you hit the ball. See here? Everything's opening up, and then you just stop. So that rotation, preparation there to there, that rotation should go another 90 degrees, but it just stops there. So it becomes, essentially it means that you are using just your arm in the hitting phase. Have a look here, just your arm. Bit better there, but still not having the penetration that it could. Great serve. Have a look at this one again. So it's just to prove to you that it's not just a one-off. It happens almost on every forehand where you're on the back foot opened up very early, and then it's just really the arm. Here, mid-court ball. You see it? That's not bad. That's getting better, but again, not quite the shape on the ball. But let's have a look at that one again. Your rotation is a bit better there, and the irony is that on this mid-court ball you maybe need less rotation because you need to use your arm to shape the ball. So but that size of rotation is what you're wanting to make the norm. Yeah. So really, tactically, you want to be that aggressive baseline, maybe all-court player eventually, but your forehand has a great setup, but not the release that it should. There's another 45 to 90 degrees rotation you could make on your standard forehand through the hitting phase, which is a great, exciting thing. The key thing you need to do now is, if I was doing this in terms of goal setting, you might have an outcome goal for the end of this year. I think your British ranking was 4 something, Scottish ranking was 32 I think, and your county ranking I think about 6. So you have an opportunity to maybe set some ranking, so maybe you want to finish the year top 10 in Scotland. It's entirely up to you. But the most important thing for me is the performance goals. So if I was charting your matches from now on, I definitely would be looking at the percentage of times when you're in that forehand situation that you come out of it on top. So every time you're in that forehand situation where you're loaded up the way you can, I would just tally mark that, and then I would look to see if it actually leads to you being in offense on the next point. And it doesn't have to be massive, it just needs to be that you're still in charge of the rally. So I would tally that mark, and that would be like a performance stat from the match court. That maybe that big serve comes in, you use your forehand, you do your 180 rotation on that forehand. Are you still in control? Now to do that, you're going to have a heap of process things that you'll do, which might involve medicine ball work, it might involve bungee work, it might involve just simply getting on and doing basket drills, videoing it. You can break down all of those different exercises to build up that performance goal, which will lead to you going up the rankings and achieving your outcome goals. So hopefully that makes sense. It's up to you now to come back to me and ask me any questions on or clarification questions or feedback for me. But there's definitely a lot of potential in that forehand to make it significantly more impactful on the opponent, and your confidence will go through the roof with that as well, because the serve is there, the backhand's there, the want to get up the court is there, and that is a big piece of the jigsaw that will make you the full picture. Okay, take care, mate. Bye bye.